Been so busy talking about winter weather.
Right.
Didn't think about
Hurricane season.
ending.
Because we're still in November for one more day.
We are still. And that's the one thing I wanted to start with. You know, we are still in November. It's really cold for November. And even though our high temperature today was 38, it's only been in the 20s for most of the daytime.
Yeah.
So this is really extremely colder than average. Take a look at the stats for today. The average high this time of year actually should be 46. Believe it or not, we are down into the 20s. That low today of 24 is actually our current temperature because the 38, as I showed you earlier, that happened right at the stroke of midnight and then the temperatures dropped. So this 46, we're a far cry from that and it seems like a world away, especially given the temperatures currently are sitting into the 20s. Now, as far as how much snow fell, officially at the airport 1.7, but there were some 2 to maybe 3-inch reports around the metro. Most of the downtown area was in the 1 to 2 range. There were a couple of 2-inch reports south of the city, but once you go north, this is where we had 6, 7, 8-inch reports, even a couple of 10 or 11-inch reports, maybe closer to Monticello. Those areas that have a good bit of snowpack on the ground are really going to see the temperatures drop for the overnight tonight if you get a little bit of clearing. Most of you will stay clouded over, but if you get a little bit of clearing, I think it's going to allow your temperatures to drop maybe even into the single digits. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Watch Future Track for tonight. You'll see the temperatures don't really move a whole lot, but see some of that clearing that takes place to the north? Look what it does to the temperatures. The models know that there's a lot of snow cover on the ground in these locations, and once the sky is clear, there's nothing to hold that heat in. You have a blanket of snow on the ground, it's just going to bounce the heat right back out into space from anything that you got during the day. There's no blanket of clouds to block it from going back out into space, so it really is able to cool down. We call that radiational cooling. You're radiating all of the heat back out into space, and if there's no blanket of clouds and a blanket of snow on the ground, it's the optimal condition. So you may be much, much colder to the north. Now tomorrow we do expect maybe a peak of sunshine to the north and east, but that's going to be about it. 30 may be a little bit difficult to muster in some locations. If you don't have snow on the ground, you may be able to get a little bit warmer than that. But look into Monday night, temperatures here holding into the 20s, and then the next snowy system comes through. Now this one will be very weak, relatively speaking. Will likely bring some accumulating snow because temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s, but it's going to last kind of through the overnight hours a good long while. So it's very light snow that's falling over a much longer time frame. It means the snow rates are going to be lighter. And I think that as the snow falls, even though it's during the overnight and potentially into early Tuesday morning, I don't think it's going to have as much of an impact on the roads as that quick heavy burst of snow that we saw yesterday around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. It's all about snow rate when it comes to the snow melt on some of the roads. The ice really helping, the salt I should say, helping to melt that ice. After that we stay cold and look at the long range outlook. I showed you this a bit earlier. The 6th to the 10th, it looks like colder than average temperatures are expected, and this map has looked almost exactly like this for the last week or so. Cold temperatures staying with us. Even the warm days are just barely above freezing. There's that chance for a slick morning on Tuesday. Couple of flurry or maybe rain snow chances in there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and temperatures are staying on the colder side.